Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are live and we are talking about the Calgary real estate market today. It's January. No, it's February. We're talking about the January numbers, but it's February 2021 and we're going to dive in and talk about everything about multiple offers and some weird Balzac creature that climbed out of something yesterday. Anyways, right after this. Good morning. So we are talking about the Calgary real estate market today.
Yes, it's on fire. It's kind of going crazy.
Fire. It's kind of like 2020.
Yeah.
Those dumpster fire things that we kept seeing everywhere. I really wanted that for our Christmas tree, but I thought that was a little bit too much of a reminder.
You're right. Yeah. COVID. It was Groundhog Day on Tuesday, which
Yep.
was it different than any other day? I think he saw his shadow, so 6 more weeks of winter.
Was there a shadow?
Depends what you watched.
Depends on what you watched. Yes, we this morning we were trying to look for that with the girls.
Yeah.
And we found some. Was it Billy the Balzac?
A groundhog who is not even an animal. He's a mascot.
It was a full-on mascot. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. We were looking for something cute and furry, and it was a big man.
Yeah. With a mask on the mascot. It was kind of strange. Anyways.
Weird times.
That is not why we are here. We are here to talk about the Calgary real estate market. What is happening? It is February 4th today. So I just want to put that out there because we're going to go over some stats, some numbers, so you can get a sense of where things are at. So let's just jump right in.
Yeah, for sure.
And first things first, let's talk about this number. So this is on our website. Actually, if you just search Calgary Real Estate Market on Google, you will see our Chamberlain group page, this page, pop up in the results right at the top there. So grab that, go there, look at this. But this is interesting because when you look at this number, we still are 101% homes are listed that have sold over the last 3 months. So we're selling more than what's coming on the market.
Yeah. And there's, I think, multiple reasons for this. I mean, I am awaiting February 8th when the world starts to open up a little bit, which is Monday, restaurants and stuff. I think, all of Christmas, it was kind of a joke. You can hang out with your realtor at your house, but you can't hang out. You can't hang out with your family. Yeah. So that's super strange. So, I think that, and so people are a little bit, why would I list my house if I can't even go out to a restaurant?
Totally. And I think that's gonna change. But this is the third month in a row that we've seen higher than 100%. So what all that's doing is just eating away at our inventory.
Yeah.
And making it a hard market for buyers, actually.
Yeah. I was in multiple offers for buyers 3 times last week. And so that was, I think we were used to a market where buyers could kind of name what they wanted and a seller usually had to bend, and that's changed now. It's
changed. Yep. So if you want to jump into this page, again, search Calgary Real Estate Market in Google. You'll find it. We got all the different average prices. You can even click these tabs like so and go to the months of inventory, and you can see, the green, when you look on the map here, means it is a strong seller's market, and blue and purple are a strong buyer's market. So we are a green city right now.
Yeah.
which is very, very, very different. So jump on over. You can look at that and check that out. And the next thing that we want to jump into is actually these are our stats. I'm giving them all away. I was on the slide there. So these are the numbers that we're going to be posting today on our social channels, so you can also get a sense of them there. But let's look at some of these numbers here. And if you got questions, someone said good morning. Good morning, Facebook user. I don't know who you are. It doesn't show up, but that's okay. Good morning. But like that, if you have questions, you have comments, you want to talk about anything with the market, have questions of what you're seeing here in these stats, just throw them in chat and in the comments wherever you're watching this, and we'll see that. So January 2021 market update. Here we go. So all of Calgary, the whole city, we are looking at a benchmark price of $423,800, and $423,800. And that is actually an increase of 1.8% over last year. And we have a total inventory of about sales. That's not inventory. Total sales of 1,200 units, properties, and that's up by 40%.
Wow.
And wow.
Yeah.
That's all we can say.
I mean, January is not always a month that people want to go house shopping.
No.
Usually they're recovering from Christmas, and Christmas looked very different this year. So, people decided to house shop. I think I was getting emails in like Christmas Day. There was no break for anyone this year.
Yeah, no, it's very true. And so then if we take a look at this, let's see. Dorothy says selling a rental in June. Yeah. I mean, it's the right market for it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always lead first. I think, Dorothy, it'd be worth chatting sooner just because interest rates are low, but people can't holiday. I think people are going a little COVID crazy with just looking at their own four walls or wanting a project. More investors are starting to inquire and come into the market. Interest rates are phenomenally low. The government wants people to spend money.
Totally. Yeah, and then she says here, what do I need to update to do to sell? So, and that's something that you want to meet with an agent who can kind of help you with that. Sometimes tenants can be hard on properties.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to manage that properly. Sometimes if they're in the home, how do you manage that with
no
the
one
sale,
wants to
all that kind of stuff.
No one wants to buy something that could potentially be disruptive or a problem. So
absolutely.
Tenants aren't problems. I have been a tenant, but it's just that if they're messy or they don't really care if if they sell. Yeah.
So
and not every tenant. We have great tenants too. So it's just a generalization.
Totally. I mean, we've seen, I don't know about you, but in going into rentals, you see fantastic homes and you see crazy homes.
Yeah.
And it's just a wide gamut. But that's also for sellers.
Yeah.
I've walked into sellers' homes where you're like, what is going on here?
Yeah. So really preparing everything and setting up a meeting and walking through and contacting us and just making sure we have a plan. I think plans are huge.
Absolutely. All right, let's jump back into this. So the Calgary Condos and Houses, the whole city, currently we have 2,200 new listings that came on over the last 30 days with an inventory of 4,000 listings. So when we did this in earlier January, we were sitting around 3,700, 3,600 inventory essentially.
And this is condos and single family houses.
Yes, this is everything. That's very important to know because we're still 22% down. And so for the whole city to feel like buyers are happy and sellers are happy is around that 5,000-6,000 listing number because there's enough inventory to feed the demand. And right now there's just more demand than there is inventory. Yeah. So it's just kind of is what it is there. So all right, detached houses. So detached houses have seen a 2.9% increase year over year compared to last January. And that's sitting at $492,900. And there were 731 sales this last month in the city, which equals essentially 42% increase.
Yeah, and this has been, as I've talked to different buyers or sellers, a little confusing because prices are up and we all just got our property taxes. Yeah. And in most cases, they were considerably down. And so that kind of made it's made it a confusing conversation for everyone. And how the city of Calgary doesn't necessarily it's a different metric than what the market is doing. So it's important to have that conversation and not just use the city assessment as what the value should sell for. Yeah,
it's so different. When we did shoot a video I think about a week or two ago about that, where your difference of your market value versus your assessed value. Yeah. That's really, really important. Good point. So, all right. And then, I'm going the wrong way. I'm not used to this mouse thing on this one. So semi-detached houses. So what's your definition of a semi-detached house?
Oh, the pressure. Isn't it semi-detached? It's just, there's an attached wall. So part of the structure is attached would be mine. Why? What's your technical?
I think you passed the test. Okay. I don't know. I think it's good. Some people probably just wonder, like, what does it mean? So, but they are up, those types of homes, so attached, basically attached houses side by side, essentially. Not like, well, I guess it's like a duplex too. Those properties are up 1.2%. Or 1.3% year over year at $391,300, and there's 141 sales. And this is crazy. Their year over year increase is 68%.
That's crazy.
I wish the camera's on you, because it was like it was like, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And more crazy. Well, let's see. Hey, Chandra. Good morning, Chandra.
Good morning.
She said the nearly same house I sold in August 2020 just sold for $50,000 more, or June 2020. So whatever you sold last year, the property you sold, something sold for about 50 grand more just recently.
Like your house just sold?
No, something similar.
Oh, I was like,
we're like, we already sold that.
I was like, they flipped it. Sorry. Coffee.
Yeah, I mean, prices are increasing. That's a massive price.
Yeah.
Increase.
And some of it is upgrades, and there's lots of little factors, but it is there is quite a bit of demand that we're seeing.
Yeah, she said on the same street.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And so then we move on to row townhouses. So townhouses are essentially the row houses that you see. These properties have gone up about 0.5%, and they're sitting at $280,900. And there's 150 sales that happened this past month, which is also still a 33% increase.
Wow.
So you have detached homes that was about a 40-ish%. You've got semi-detached homes, which is a lot of infills and duplexes and things like that. And they increased, was it 67%?
Yeah. And I mean, numbers can always fluctuate. So I don't think if you have a detached, we'll have a conversation about that. Yeah. I think all of this is, in COVID times, is that people need more space. And so, and the puppy boom, I'm meeting more people that have babies or expecting babies in May, so I don't know if we're going to
expecting puppies.
Yeah, and expecting puppies.
Like, I'm not joking.
Yeah,
about that.
Was actually, that is one couple that we're working with is expecting both. They are brave. And so that's just, I think, more space. Gyms have been closed. We are using our homes unlike we have used a year ago.
Well, ever.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we weren't in the 1960s. We weren't around.
For us, though, like for our generation doing this, like it's definitely something very different. So, all right. And Calgary apartment condos. So this is the only group of properties that actually dropped in terms of the selling price. So they went down about 0.4%, down to $245,100. And they had 186 sales, but still is an increase of 26%.
Yeah, which is huge.
So I guess that kind of brings up the question, what are you seeing in the condo market versus the housing market?
Yeah, condos are interesting. I've actually talked to quite a few people the last, I would say, couple weeks, and either they're looking at a condo as an investment, or I would say they're, in their early 20s, they're looking at a condo to own versus rent, and then there's investors. So that's been interesting. I think that the pocket of listings or the market that I'm most curious about is the right sizers or the downsizers. So people that have outgrown or are in a family home still, and the kids are gone, and usually at this time they would go to a smaller home, or I like the word right size. But in this case, they've been so isolated, or they have been talking to no one, so they're kind of just sitting in limbo. So I think that's a great conversation for, people to have with their parents as, do we need, are these big homes needed? I think that, space of what someone needs is hard to define. Like, some people need large space. Yeah, like, some people are minimalists. Some people love to live large. So there's not a right or wrong answer. It's just having that conversation, because as you get older, sometimes you don't want to do yard work, or, things are just, they just take more time and effort. Though, I mean, COVID, everyone's had a little bit more time.
Everyone's had a little bit more time. All right. Well, on that note, that is your update for this current month, what's happening. If you have questions, you can always reach out to us, comment on this video. basically email us at info@chamberlaingroup.ca. Our phone number is 587-316-5400.
Hopefully it's on the screen and you're right.
It's not on the screen, but I am right. So that's what we have. So if there's any other questions, reach out. If you are I think the end result here, to sum it up, is if you're considering selling, this is a good time to consider that.
And buying too, because you're kind of on an upswing. And so I think all of this is having a plan. I think that it's exciting to look at houses, but more than ever, you really need to connect with a mortgage broker and have all your paperwork in. And because timelines are like, you just can't, you need to have a plan. And so that's helpful to talk to an agent just to get that plan.
It's true. There you go. Well, that's that. Enjoy your day. We will talk to you all later.
Goodbye.